Oregon is probably Siege's most famous map because of Jinxie 1v1s, but for a long period of time, it was actually a really well-established map in Pro League, and one team was head and shoulders dominant above the rest on that map, and that was Faze Clan. You see, from the start of that 5-man roster in March 2023 to the end of the map's lifespan 2 years later, they had a record of 17 wins and 3 losses on that map. You remember that grand final that W7M won that made them the greatest team of all time? Okay, well, like, Faze lost that grand final, but map won. They 7-1 W7M on Oregon. So today, I'm gonna break down exactly why everyone banned the map and feared taking Faze to Oregon. Okay, so usually I would use like the most recent play of event, but like because everyone banned Oregon so much against Faze after the 6th Invitational 2024, this play of the map was probably the most dominant example. So here's the thing about Oregon, is that Oregon is long been known to be one of the most defender-sided maps in the game. It was literally the second highest defender-sided map at the event. Only one that had a higher defense win rate was Skyscraper, which was first place. But the thing is, Faze's defensive win rate wasn't really even all that good. The Oregon basement, which is the most defender-sided in the entire game, the best defense comp site in the entire game, Faze actually only had a 56% win rate on the basement defense side as opposed to everyone else's 70% win rate across the tournament. So what is it that makes them that good? Well, considering that these guys had a 6-0 attack half against W7M to start off the map, I think we have a clear answer. Faze had a 58% attacking win rate versus the rest of the tournament's 34% attacking win rate, and thus this video will be breaking down exactly what attacks Faze used to completely demolish the competition on this map. All right, boom, there we go. Holy shit, that took so fucking long. Took so fucking long. Can you get a drawing tablet? That's so horrible. Shut the fuck up, Sushi. So for round 1, Faze Clan are attacking the basement site. W7M are doing a anchor setup, as you can see by the operators picked: Azami, Goyo, Warden, all like late round operators. And it's this setup that actually makes the site the most defender-sided site in the game. Because look, I mean, there is no soft floor above anywhere in this bomb site. There's nothing. Usually you can make vert over or under sites with the soft destruction of siege. Like for the top floor site, you can make vert directly into the top floor site, but not for basement. And for that reason, W7M are going to play almost 5-man spread out with like maybe a couple roamers to shoot drones at the beginning of the round. Just like it spread out on the basement site. Now the most common take you'll see for basement and ranked is probably the backside take, because it makes sense, right? Like this is directly accessible to outside the building. Tower is also almost immediately accessible, and you can get in and it instantly start contesting near the site, and tower hatch is just like a few seconds away, so all you really have to do is get these 3 pieces of control and just all go for an entry all at once. The only issue is that the crossfires the defense have on backside are insane. I mean, this tarp's position, if double reinforces wall, covers back door, covers tower stairs, then you have a pillar guy who can also cover back door, cover tower stairs, then you have these angles on the top of the wall that cover the back stairs, then you have another rotate into elbow that covers the back door. Not to mention, if you don't contest this properly, he can stop the hatch drop, he can stop the back stairs. There's just so many perfect crossfires that need to be cleared perfectly, and thus Faze Clan go for something called a front clear, which is very common in the pro scene, but maybe, you know, your ranked teammates don't know about it. The main pieces of control you're trying to take for a front take are the freezer hall and the bottom main laundry area. So for that reason, right now you see Faze clearing from west side of the map over. They're clearing the main lobby side, and you can see why this take is less preferred in ranked, because, well, for the backside clear, you just go from straight outside the building straight through tower side. But for this clear, you actually need to get front control and freezer control, which to do that, you need to make sure the entire west side kitchen, small tower side of the map is clear, and then also master stairs, top white area is a really powerful flank, top main. It's a lot more expensive to clear all of the map. Remember, this is Pro League, this is not ranked, so they can actually have the drones to make this affordable to them, and thus they take the entire map and start opening all the hatches. They open meeting hatch, they open freezer hatch, they open main hatch. They have everything they need to start going for this clear. And so they start using the Flores drones to clear out this beautiful front side, but it's not like W7M have never seen a freezer laundry clear in their entire life. They have the setup to play against it. As you can see, when Cyber crosses to entry freezer side, well, there's holes all across freezer, a BP staring at him, and also a shield contesting him directly onto the spot right here. Like, this is also a nasty pre-fire, and there's only 35 seconds left. I mean, what is Faze gonna do? Now, here is the thing that makes Faze so powerful on this map, is that Faze are a super duper slow team with ridiculous aim. But despite the fact that W7M was the best team this year by far and demolished other teams on this map, W7M like to play extremely aggressive and contest heavy. Faze know this. So instead of picking a back take, they pick the take where they just need to sit on the freezer stairs, deep freezer hall area, and just play aim labs. And look, I want everyone to notice KDS dropping at the very end of the round right here. This is a concept that we call in Pro League counter pressure. I want everyone to remember that for later. But for now, just remember Faze set up this crossfire where they look down freezer and they look down main, and they all fight the angles, and it's literally aim lab. So Faze get that first round off of just sheerly out-aiming W7M. But the second round is kids. Now, this round requires a lot more strategical thinking than just the gunfighting of the basement round, because W7M are doing an extremely aggressive master contestation. Master is the most popular first point of control for attackers by far. I mean, it's right outside the building, you spawn main door, and it's the easiest and probably safest entry to get close to the site on kids. And for that reason, Trophy is one of the most popular positions to play as a defense to actually contest it. So often you'll see a shield go here, it'll look down that doorway, bada boom, bada bing. You've seen these holes before, they've caused controversy in ranked, and at least in Pro League, you know, why not go a step further, make a goddamn rotate and get in their face through closet with a shotgun, and also play armory as well, which creates this disgusting triple crossfire onto master side. And to most people, I mean, like this guy's putting a fucking Azami on the bed frame. Like, how do you even attack this? W7 are just putting the entire house on attack, on holding down this side. Well, the thing is, Faze know this, because meta spots on this map like Trophy are actually extremely common to be held on Pro League, and due to that, Faze are going to play something called an opening kill attack. So because armory is such a common power spot and people play here a lot, then you just need to get into a couple spots to essentially almost guarantee a kill on the guy in armory if he doesn't leave fast enough. And because Faze is a slow team with perfect aim, then, you know, this will become the case for them almost every single time. So very simply put, as you can see, Herds already has to use an Azami, because guess what? There's a Faze member halfway across the map opening satellite window, which cuts off his leave from the map. Not only that, the Buck is aiming to get underneath him to open the floor under him, as well as people getting on his window to cut off his leave as well. The more Herd stays here, the more likely he is to die. So despite the fact that W7M have dumped that many resources in holding down armory, Herds already has to walk out of it, because Faze are just sitting outside the building, getting it underneath, bucking under armory, rappelling upside down on master window, and look, they're just sitting on these spots. Buck's underneath, he's bucked out all of the floor underneath inside of armory to clear out the guy in armory. There's a guy on the window, there's another guy on the roof of the map able to hold this cut to ensure if he's still in armory by the time he gets on it, he cannot leave. And no matter what, Herds has to leave armory. And now is the next step, which is taking master. It's the same concept here. If you just repel a player on gen window, which I'm not sure they even have to do, then they just do the same thing. Remember, Faze, slow, perfect aim. All they have to do is just take their time. The more you stay in those positions as defenders, despite the fact that you gave Azamis, 2 reinforcements, Wamais, everything into those positions, the longer you stay, the more likely you'll die. And so, despite the fact that like the entire setup was meant to hold this area, and it's like actually ridiculous crossfires all around the world and super powerful, W7M have to give up trophy side. They have to give up that entire area of the map. You see Herds falling back, using an Azami to block off Cyber from going to this map control. Now, remember what I said about counter pressure, because last round we saw one player dropping the back hatch of Oregon while the rest of the team was going from the front side. This exact same thing is going to happen with Handy slowly working the back tower access, because Faze just spent 2 minutes of the round putting 4 people just to take one piece of map control. But you know, like, so at the end of the day, W7M, despite the fact that they had to give up their entire setup, they all still get to have this ridiculous crossfire on just the singular point of pressure that Faze has taken. Cyber gets a really aggressive kill that immediately gets traded back because it was just, you know, just insane that he got that, you know, entire kill overall. And so Faze's push goes through, Vidican gets a double kill, and JV92 actually shuts down the master push for W7M. He currently has this long angle from tower that actually is the hard counter to the push. They're not able to get to trophy door, and he holds down pit control, and from having pit control, he can stop the master plant as well for the entire round. Well, this would be the case if Handy wasn't working that tower backside by himself for literally the entire round. And now it's a 3v1, and now Nade's in the shits, and all they have to do is just simply figure out where Nade is and just all run at him and call it a day. And that's already 2-0 on a defensive half for Faze on a map where most people expect pro teams to go like 5-1 or 6-0 at the time of this map being in the pool. So W7M returned to the basement because it is the best defense site in the game at this point. And this time, they opt to run a roam setup instead. So as you can see, one player's in meeting, another player's up top contesting the trophy area, another player is doubled up with a top floor, and they're really trying to hold down this roam on the map. However, FaZe Clan still just want to do the same push. They still want to end up Freezer in front. So they're just going to clear the map as they would have cleared the map. They're going to put 2 people front side. They're going to put 2 people west side, clear the map over. 2 people front side, so Souls and the other guy you saw earlier. 2 people west side. And the very interesting thing is they're going to actually lurk once again Handy on the opposite side of the map. Remember, that counter pressure. He's just there, solo, waiting for the gaps to crack open, because with the setup W7 are trying to run, they're trying to hold down meeting. They're actually trying to hold the hatch above meeting with support from pit so that they can readily and easily contest master side for the entry as well as front door. In order to fall off that roam, actually, most of the paths back from the roam actually go through the back tower stairs, because if you double reinforce this wall, then the attackers, even if they take top floor and start shooting through the soft floor, cannot get this angle onto the back stairs, and thus it creates a channel for all the roamers to come back from first floor, from top floor, all back down the tower stairs to go exit the roam. I want you guys to remember that as we watch this round. FaZe Clan start clearing the roam with 2 people through west, 2 people through front. They Hibana open the meeting walls, and W7M, being the aggressive team they are going for this gunfight. They're actually winning, and JV almost gets another kill onto the players clearing above. And it looks kind of hopeless for FaZe Clan. I mean, they're just getting down left and right, but here comes Handy. Handy just hopped in through green window or green door. I don't even know where he came from. He came from somewhere, but here comes Handy through the traffic sight. The backstab kills Herds and Meetings, the primary power spot, and now he's cutting off the main fall-off point for all of W7M that they plan on using to get back to site. Now the entire roam is cut off from returning to site, and now the rest of them have to fight. And so KDS gets in through west side, the player drops, but once again, forced to take a gunfight. He can no longer go through that path that he would have gone through top floor, through pit, deck. He has to fall down site through like a freezer stairs or something, or like he wants to fight or something, but it's too late. He entirely got cut off by Faze Clan by just that simple counter pressure for Handy. And now Faze just go do the same thing they were always gonna do. They pop the Goyos out front side and they just go flow slowly into freezer, 2 down freezer, 2 down main stairs, like clockwork for this front take. Oh, I'm sorry, it's actually 1 down front side and 2 down freezer, because again, the counter pressure. They have a guy just waiting on back hatch, ready to hit that backstab. The moment front side takes contact, this guy's gonna hum in and hit the backstab. So no matter what, W7M's attention is split. At the same time that Faze are taking very calculated, very coordinated slow gunfights, aim lapse fights for the entire round. And so the freezer player smokes it off. They enter through front side. KDS does go first, but that removes one set of eyes from holding the front side. That pulls the people to the backside, which actually creates an opening for the front side entry, because you see right now, despite the fact that W7 has number advantage, there's only 2 people actually fighting the front side push, because that player backside hatch drop had to fight it, and Faze just catch them rotating back to front side, winning almost what looked like a nearly impossible round. And thus, W7M returned to the top floor. And they haven't played any of the first floor sites at all, because this is one of the reasons I actually believe Faze was so dominant on this map, is that because top floor Oregon and basement Oregon, and I'm sure you guys all know, in ranked in anywhere, are so incredibly defender sided, teams kind of have an ego attached to losing these sites, where it's like, they're such good bomb sites for the defense, let's just keep going back to them. And I think that's why, you know, like, oh my god, let's just go, if we lose basement, let's go back to basement, go back to basement, go back to basement. At some point, we have to win it, because it's the best defense side in the game. I think that's actually part of why Faze's attacking rate was so incredibly high, because their attacks on these sites were so incredibly precise. I mean, this round, last round you saw there was a frost inside of Big Tower, because it's one of the hardest layers to attack. This round, Faze take it in literally 20 seconds because they know it's clear. And even if they played it, I mean, Faze in this other game against Sonics earlier in the tournament have a disgusting, once again, opening kill strat. Look at this. Get ready, because Rexon is thanking his lucky stars he left Big Tower in 2 seconds, because Faze have 3 people on Big Tower side ready to clear where Rexon was playing on that layer. It's like I said, the common power spots of the map can get cut off if you put enough bodies off of it and you play slow enough. Faze are ready to do it, and they have people on the roof ready to cover the other windows and the cross up here. They literally have a 5-man opening kill strat on tower itself. So W7M, regardless of playing this spot or not, Faze would have gotten it. They would have gotten this tower control. And this completely circumvents what W7 were trying to do, is W7M actually switched more people to play the lower roam against Faze, because last time they saw that, okay, Faze brought the buck underneath to go buck under our armory player to clear him out. We want to hold Master hard again, so let's go ahead and roam underneath to fight that buck, not knowing that they gave up tower control. Now they took tower for free, and now you see here's W7M plans coming to fruition. There's 2 people underneath really trying to contest under to try to kill this buck, getting underneath the building. He does get droned out, however, and they're just outside the building. Like they're just playing so coordinated and slow to get these opening picks. It's like, it looks so easy to clear, but remember, W7M switched their power spots up entirely to counter the last time Faze attacked this site. There's different power shots that are so incredibly powerful for the defense that W7M are just switching at will, but Faze are clearing them with ease, because no matter what, this team will get the map control they want. And so with the tower control and with the eventual armor control, they do something called the split push, where they just simply pinch the map from master side and tower side onto the trophy area, and they essentially just walk through the map for free. And some players get some kills from underneath on the hatch angles, but at this point, like, it doesn't even matter. Faze are already in. They've already crunched through all the way deep into sight. And yeah, it's just disgusting. Disgusting team at attacking this map. 4-0 so far on attack. And again, it's like clockwork, man. Like, they go back to basement site, which, you know, this, funnily enough, I actually had a theory. Like, when I was on Beast, because we were one of the better teams on Oregon. We beat M80 and Split on Oregon, like, very handedly. I think 7-1 as well. I had a theory that we could take Faze to Oregon, and our game plan for winning Oregon against Faze was to literally not go the basement site, because I theorized that Faze got most of their attacking round wins by, like, just spamming, like, the ego chow on basement, because teams would just go back to it over and over and over when they lost, and Faze would just farm rounds off winning basement against team like W7M here. So Faze, once again, are just literally trying to do the same thing. Like, they literally just want to get west side control. There's a rat player playing inside shower. It's Herds. Souls gets an opening pick on the Felipox. I have no idea where. It's tower side. And it's like they don't even care about the roam. They just skip it. They just take down on a freezer. That's what we're meant to do. We're meant to take down on a freezer and just play aim labs on this angle for the entire round. Fuck this guy Herds, dude. It doesn't even matter. W7M actually counter strat this fucking west side clear pretty incredibly perfectly, and Herds has the perfect flank. They hit a guy in showers against a west clear. Herds literally has the perfect flank. He gets no called. Do they hear him? He turns off his phone, but unfortunately for him, Faze have already started advancing their push into freezer, and like they're just playing aim labs again. That's against the shield. Like they just play aim labs, and Herds' flank finally comes through, but gets refragged, and there goes everything. And like look at this, man. Like, just a double kill in freezer. All he has to do is just sit here and fight this angle for literally the entire round, because that is what their team is built to do. And look where the other players go. The attention is all on KDS fighting the freezer side. So where do the other Faze players go? They drop backside, because guess what? Backside is now free. The players earlier you saw, while they were fighting KDS on this angle, they were running all to the E-box hatch because they knew the intention was on backside. They were all pulled to that side of the map. So now, Faze dropped the hatch, Faze walked on the back stairs, Faze take into bunker, and again, they just literally take it slow. They literally just hold angles. That player's fucking just fucked. Okay, actually he gets out, but just nothing you could do. Nothing you can do. Yeah, just nothing you could do. And then W7M, once again, back to kids. Back to holding the armory, back to holding with this aggressive setup, back to putting the zombies on the master bed frame, and then Faze back to, you know, working almost the identical take. Just taking master control, taking tower control, working this control slowly but surely. They have a guy in the lower tower stairs holding their repel, and this time this is their counter. They bring a guy with impacts to look underneath these top of the stairs floorboards, and look how fast Faze are able to rotate to go for this full tower clear. They put a guy on the roof. This guy, Vita King, on the roof can now contest angles that otherwise weren't covered from the other side of the map. Should you normally play tower, and now instant control taken on tower, and then they just get everything they want again. And so they spend all these resources just to get this guy in a tower, and now they rotate people over to armory side. Now they repel on armory window, and they sit a guy outside the main door, and W7M once again try to go for this underneath this bottom floor counter to this take, Let's go flank the main stairs. Let's go contest these guys. If they were going to repel outside master, we could go maybe run outside the van, hop up in the van, kill these guys in the master balk. Well, too bad, man. This guy's playing outside the building, ready for everything. They've already taken to the armory. Handy's ready in tower. We have armor control. We have master control. We have literally everything we want. And we sit outside the building and we'll play slow because no matter what, Faze will guarantee themselves that first pick every single time. The flank gets shut down. And it's just, yeah, triple crossfire just onto this side of the map. They have tower. They have it 6-0 attack half on Oregon. And the first round they actually lose in the game is on defense, on the strongest site in the game. But they eventually go on to win this map, you know, 7-1. They do lose a series. W7M do go on to become, like, the best team in the entire world. But I hope, like, videos like this show how dynamic and map dependent like Siege can be. Like, you know, you can predict the better team to win. The better team can be better on like 7 maps, right? And you can predict them to win for an esports event. But like, the coach could decide to wake up one day and decide to fucking troll his ass off and just let the enemy team's best 2 maps up. And like, you know, world championships can lose to a fucking tier 2 team if they have stronger 2 out of the 9 maps that they decide to play on the day against that team. So video is a lot more improvised than my other ones, but I hope you still like these kind of breakdowns because this was fucking late, and I don't know why I couldn't find, dude, like Faze are so good at this map that I literally couldn't find an example of them. Faze are so good at this map that I couldn't find an example of people dying to their OP.
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us.